Welcome to another episode of the Mad Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Begley, Goni, and Wayne.
What's up, Mad Mom? Welcome. Q&A session. What is this, Goni? Q&A 36?
Q&A a million, yeah. And counting.
Off-season edition. Pro Bowl edition, if you will. Did you guys watch it today? I didn't watch a single second of it.
I watched a lot of it.
Never.
How was it, Wayne? I've got a personal vendetta against it. I won't turn it on.
Why? Why, man?
Because I had watched one a couple years ago. It was kind of like the NBA All-Star Game. I watched it, and it was such a bland, boring experience that I just quit caring. I swore it off.
I kind of like the games. Something different. You got to see Peyton Manning get spitting angry at a flag football game.
Love that. Give me that fire. That's why I'm a Mike over LeBron guy. Goni, I don't know how you feel about competitiveness, fire, just the general will to win. I don't know your thoughts about any of those attributes, but that's what I like to see in my athletes.
He was mad because the NFC was up 2 points in the flag football game.
Mm.
And there was 11 seconds left on the clock. And Eli Manning wanted to knee it. So he went to a ref and asked if he could knee the ball. And so he did. Peyton Manning ran onto the field screaming at the ref, saying it was a penalty because you can't rush in flag football. And they were counting it as a rush. So he was like, "That's a flag! That's a flag! You got to be kidding me!" Screaming.
Did he get the flag?
No. He got the L's. He got the L's. What he got? Go NFC.
Did he find $20 when he ran on the field?
No, he lost $40,000
Okay, there it is.
because the winning team got
interesting.
The winning team got each player got $80,000 to the donation to the charity of their choosing, and the losing team got $40,000.
Fair enough. Did he really lose 40? Going, if you lose in a charity match, do you lose that money? Is that money lost?
He didn't get 40 grand more.
Apparently, some things Begley doesn't have that fire, that will to win. You know, whenever I'm in a competition, especially against my brother, I got a will to win, a fire inside me, and apparently Begley doesn't have that.
Well, stop that. Listen. Speaking of,
do you see this man going ham with whatever he's trying to cut with that fork now?
He's cutting through the material that food's sitting on.
Mad Mob. Wayne is smashing his face, and I swear he must be trying to fork cut like a well done steak or something, because he's been working on that same piece for that entire conversation.
He's white knuckling that fork right now.
I'm surprised he didn't just pick it up and just bite it, rip it with his teeth.
It's a baked potato. I eat the skin. I'm a man. I eat everything. If you put a baked potato in front of me, there ain't gonna be nothing left. Unlike you just shell out the inside like a fiend. I eat it all, so I got to get the skin cut so I can include that skin in the bite.
Was it uncooked? Why did it take so long?
Have you ever heard of a knife? They invented it in like the early 1200s, probably before that. Actually, we had spears back in the day.
Hey, man, fellas, I got it cut. It's in my mouth, and now it's in my belly.
It was a struggle, man. You don't have to hit the gym tomorrow to do arms. You just cut that baked potato.
Wow.
I do, because the next baked potato I get, it'll be a little bit easier to cut.
Wow.
Fair enough.
You know, I took exception to something he just said right there. You know, in racquetball, we like to hit the squash court. And he who shan't be named on this podcast, Wayne's brother, he's probably the best one out of all of us. I beat him twice last time I went out there on the courts. I couldn't tell you the last time Wayne did that.
Hey, Mad Mob, let me break this down for you.
I couldn't tell you. And you know what? I had the fire. I'm playing wall ball at the house.
Let me break this down, Mad Mob. When you have three people playing racquetball, it's called cutthroat. And what it is you go rotation of a serve. So I'll serve, Begley serves, he who shall not be named serves. It's in a rotation. And essentially, It's the server versus the other two. And you can only score points on your serve. So what Begley does is Begley just sits in the corner of the racquetball room while me and he who shan't be named plays essentially one-on-one. And then in the later games, when me and he who shan't be named are gassed from essentially playing one-on-one, and Begley sits in a corner, then he comes to play when we're gassed after he'd been resting for the previous hour.
Wow, that's blasphemous. You can only score on your serve. I scored 26 points to win both games handedly, might I add. It's blasphemous. He's a little salty. His will to win is just a little bit smaller than mine.
I'm salty because I had to gas myself out when it was me and Begley going against he who shan't be named, and Begley's just standing in the corner, and I'm running myself ragged to try and prevent points.
Were you more gassed then or than you are now cutting that potato?
Lord knows if you were here, you'd just be watching me from the corner.
So many fork strokes. I don't understand it. We should count it.
We
should get a fork stroke counter in the podcast.
Yeah. Wow. He gave up on it. He gave up on the knife cut with the fork after a while.
God,
hey man, y'all good?
A stick to eat that potato.
Are you all good?
Get right into the question.
Are you good, fellas? You have a bad day or something?
Hey, we're just trying to get to the questions, man.
I'm dying to get to the questions. Quit watching me eat my potato.
Going on
for you to finish cutting that damn potato.
As we're going through these questions, I'll let you take first stab at it. Wayne's eating, and he's going to be slightly out of breath from the effort it took to get the food ready. Wondering Doom Guy. It's an 8-team, 2-quarterback, tight end premium league. He wants to give up his 2023 pick 14, which is a second, 224 seconds to get Pat Freiermuth. Is Pat Freiermuth a guy you like in tight end premium leagues?
Is it 1 or 2 tight ends, did you say?
He said tight end premium. It's a half PPR.
Right, but only 1 or 2, because I know people do a lot of 2 tight end.
Doesn't say. It's an 8-team, 2-quarterback is all the other.
And it's a first and 2 seconds?
No, it's a second this year and 2 seconds next year. So 3 total seconds for Freiermuth.
No. I mean, not an 8-teamer. I mean, it's 8 teams. It's 8 teams. I mean, who do you have now? Honestly, it really doesn't even matter at that point. You have 8 teams in your league. It's elite or bust. I'd rather take Michael Mayer in the first round and take a shot on that.
Give me the GOAT, man. Can you name 8 better tight ends than Pat Freiermuth right now? Would you rather have in a dynasty league?
Kelsey, Andrews.
You'd rather have Kelsey in a
Pitts.
dynasty over Freiermuth?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said Kelsey, Andrews, who?
Pitts.
Okay.
Dalton Schultz, Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
I
don't know about Schultz, but I'll definitely give you Goddard.
Why not Schultz?
He's not going to be.
I know you're the Cowboys, man.
He's not going to be a Cowboy unless he gets tagged, which he won't be.
I'd rather have Evan Ingram over. Yeah,
Come on,
definitely
dude.
rather have Evan Ingram.
One good year, and you're taking Evan Ingram?
Pat Freiermuth had 1 good year.
He's had 2 good years, I think. For a rookie tight end, he was phenomenal last year.
Was he inside the top 8 though? That's what matters in this equation. We're not talking about a 12-teamer. If we're in a 12-teamer, yeah, that's cool. I'd be down with it. 8-teamer though?
Give me 8 better tight ends. You're on
what am I at?
6 with Evan Ingram.
I'm at 6 right now.
Alberto.
Who?
Who did he say?
Alberto.
He had potato in his mouth. Definitely not Alberto. He got cut.
Alberto. I know I'm missing someone. I'm missing someone like solid also right now.
You're missing T.J. Hawkinson. I'll give you him 7.
T.J. Hawkinson, yeah, absolutely.
That's
Did you ever say Mark Andrews?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrews was the second one that came out of my face.
Freiermuth is absolutely a top 8 guy. I disagree completely on Evan Ingram, and I disagree on Schultz. But Schultz, I'll give you. But Evan Ingram, come on. 1 year.
Would you care to put a doink on Evan Ingram versus Pat Freiermuth next year?
Yeah, lock it in. Done.
Oh, baby.
I love
Let's
that.
Go.
I love that doink for myself.
Oh, George Kittle?
Okay.
I'd rather have George Kittle all day.
There's your 8. You're good. I'll give you 8.
Jelani Woods, Daniel Bellinger.
Cole Kmet, maybe?
Come on.
Cole Kmet for sure. For sure, Cole Kmet.
He hates it because of who's throwing the ball to him.
I mean, if you could name 8, fine. I respect your opinion, but I couldn't disagree anymore about Evan Ingram. Wayne, what say you, sir? Are you a Pat Freiermuth guy like I am?
No, I mean I don't think he's bad. I think he's definitely tight end 1, like lock it in. But I don't know. I think for 3 picks, you should be able to get a little bit better.
Yeah. What do you think about our doink?
If Trevor Lawrence doesn't have, it's just hard for me to trust Trevor Lawrence's consistency. But if he doesn't fall off next year for some reason, then I'm on the Evan Ingram side.
Okay.
The arrow's pointing up.
Yeah, and it feels gross betting on Evan Ingram because I think last year is the first year that he finally did what people drafted him to do like 6 years ago.
Yeah. All right, going. While Wayne's still picking potato out of his teeth. Dopamine Addict, 12-team Superflex PPR. He's giving away Pickens in the 107. He's getting CeeDee Lamb in a second.
Mm.
I'm snap calling on CD.
I'd probably personally do that for CeeDee Lamb. Yeah.
No.
Why?
I think George Pickens, and you can get another good receiver at the 107.
Well, going while he's thinking about it, maybe that's another Pat with Wayne pause. Let me tell you my opinion on this. George Pickens is a heck of an athlete on the outside for sure. There's not me. He's made probably 1 or 2 of the best catches all year. Don't quite trust Kenny Pickett. I don't quite trust the offense. And we haven't seen Pickens be number 1 yet, Wayne. I mean, you said Deontay opposite him. We've seen CD produce as a top 8 receiver.
I don't trust Dak. Dak sucks. It's going to be hard for him to continue to be amazing if his quarterback sucks, which I know George Pickens sucks too, but I'm also getting the 107. And if I spend that on a receiver too, I'd rather have 2 mid-tier WR2s than a low-tier WR1.
Mid-tier WR2s. You think Pickens has a chance at all to break into the wide receiver 2 territory next year?
He has a chance, yeah.
Dude, I mean, I know none of us really love Dak or anything, but we're talking about a guy who's going to be 24 years old next year. He's gotten better every year. This was his first year established as the number 1. He finished as the wide receiver 5 overall, had over 150 targets, 1,300 plus yards, 9 touchdowns. He's going to get the volume. I think they need to bring in another wide receiver, but no matter who it is, they're not going to threat.
And they will.
156 targets is what he got this year. I'll take that all day. And McCarthy's going to be calling all the plays next year, so I'll put a
doink that his targets go down next year from last year.
156 is a lot.
I'll put a doink that he gets less targets next year.
I don't love that doink for you, Gunny.
I don't love that either.
Okay, so we're agreeing that there's probably going to be a regression next year. I'll put a doink that he finishes worse next year than he did this year.
That also is just a bad business doink. He finishes.
I'll put a doink that he has less receiving touchdowns next year. I'll put a doink that he has less receiving yards next year.
Why don't you give me a doink that he'll be a wide receiver 1 next year?
I just said I think he'll be a wide receiver 1. So we're all in agreement that he's definitely going to do worse next year.
No. Gunny,
I'm saying.
Okay, then which one of those doinks do you want, Beggs?
Gunny, tell me the yards tell me his yards and touchdowns this year.
1359 and 9 touchdowns.
You can pick. You can pick or have both.
He's in a contract year. He's playing for big money. I don't love Kellen Moore's offense, even though we produce big numbers in it.
Kellen Moore's gone though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think his numbers get worse losing Kellen Moore. I think his situation's very similar, and I'm worried about. Probably don't keep Pollard, Zeke. I don't know what you do with him. Probably look to trade him. Might look to throw a little more, but 1,300 is a good season.
It is a good season, but I feel like I'd be more inclined to take that one over the touchdowns.
Are random.
Yeah, touchdowns are extremely random. But
how many catches?
107.
107 catches. Wayne, I'll take over on the 107 catches.
Put it in. Lock it.
Done deal.
I feel great about that. By the way, it's contract year. He's going to get paid. I love it. All right.
Go ahead on to the next one.
Yeah. Wayne, Dante's the King Slayer. It's a super flex. He said he's in a soft rebuild. Give Trevor Lawrence and Mark Andrews. Getting Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert.
I don't even want to answer this question. Soft rebuild. That's not a thing. Excuse me for being candid, but we're here for the people, right? We're here to help. Never, ever, ever. It's a giant waste of time and terrible business to do a soft rebuild. You either need to compete or you need to rebuild. A soft rebuild is called a slow death in fantasy leagues.
Facts.
That's my opinion. You might disagree, Goni. I see you nodding your head, Begley. A soft rebuild is a giant waste of time unless you are just one or two pieces away and you have a good pick in the draft and you can probably replace them. But for the most part, a soft rebuild is just terrible business.
I agree.
So what was the question here?
It's a super flex, soft rebuild.
Yeah. Yep.
Give Trevor Lawrence and Mark Andrews. Get Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that either way. Honestly, I like both of those sides. So I mean, I guess that means it would be fair. Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert. I think it comes down to Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be in the league for a while. Is this a flash in the pan for Jalen Hurts or not? I don't think so.
I don't think so because he did good with his arm this year, and that was the question mark.
Then you got to take the Jalen Hurts side, right? And a super flex, give me the better quarterback.
That's what I would prefer, personally. Goddard still gets a fair share of play as well. I know that Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown both had a great year this year. Both finished as wide receiver ones.
But in all reality here, what you should do is hang on to Trevor Lawrence because he's young. You can have him for another decade. Take Mark Andrews, trade him for some great picks, trade him for some other young talent, and rebuild your team and just take the soft out of there. That's going to be your best option. I haven't heard the rest of your roster, but now's the time to the Goni rule. If you're looking at your team and you know for a fact you're not a top 3 team, then you're not going to win a championship and you need to do something to better it. And even worse, if you look at your team and you're like, I don't see me really making the playoffs. Then you need to be in rebuild mode. You need to sell some of your assets and get younger and make a run in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see the rebuild in that trade.
There is no rebuild.
I agree with
in that
Wayne
trade.
on it. You should take Mark Andrews and then go ahead and get some picks out of it.
Okay. Bernie's Brewer, 10-team Superflex. This one's easy for me. Give the 1-6, the 1-9, and a 24-1. Get the 1-2 and Stephon Diggs. 1-6, 1-9, and a 24-1 for 1-2 and Stephon Diggs. While you all are thinking, I'll respond on this one. To me, give me Diggs in the 1-2 all day. In a super flex league, the second pick, you're going to probably miss out on either Bijan or Bryce, but you're going to get one of the two. Give me that and Stephon Diggs. That's a no-brainer for me. I don't think you're going to get any Diggs-type production out of the 1-9, odds are.
Yeah. I mean, at least not right away. Stephon Diggs is an absolute powerhouse, though, of a player. He's the wide receiver 4 this year. He is going to be 30 next year, though. Does that play anything into your decision?
I think if you can get Diggs to year 30, to age 32, that's a pretty good return on your investment to me.
That's fair. That's fair. I'd like to see where guys really at this point, it's like I'd like to see where guys pan out and like go to from the draft, but obviously we have a long time for that. But I'd still think hard about keeping the 1-6 and 1-9 and the 24 first. I think I might be on that side of it.
In a super flex though, to get a chance to get a crack at the quarterbacks or Bijan, that's to me.
This is the year to keep it because there's so many quarterbacks. You can get a good quarterback at the 1-9. You can and somebody else is going to get C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young in front of you, so you can get a solid running back, probably the top receiver at the 1-6. Stephon Diggs, it's a testament to how good he is, but it's also kind of scary that he finished as a wide receiver 4, and he slumped at the end of the season. So again, a testament to how great he was at the beginning, but the slump at the end of the season is kind of nerve-wracking, and the Bills have a stable of receivers.
I don't hate you for taking that either. I definitely see your side of it as well, Beggs. Taking that, you get an elite wide receiver and you get your run of that. I'm just probably on the side of I'd keep the picks in that instance and take my luck with the 3 mystery boxes.
Well, let me ask you all this question. In a super flex, would you trade the 1-6 and the 1-9 for Bryce Young?
No.
I would.
I wouldn't.
He's going to start right away in the league. I mean, he's a big prospect.
I wouldn't.
You just don't like
I
think there's a couple quarterbacks that are going to be starting right out of the gate.
Yeah. That's where I'm at too, man. If I have the 1-6, I'd probably grab whoever's left at the 1-6.
Oh, okay. So at a 1-6, you're going to get too much value, as Wayne said. You're probably going to get your pick of JSN or Quentin Johnson, likely a second-tier running back. If 1-1 goes Bryce Young in a super flex,
1-6 is going to be a good running back in a super flex.
Okay. I mean, it depends on where you tier it, but sure. Would you trade the 1-6 and the 1-9 for Bijan Robinson?
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I would.
So in a super flex, I think the answer is if 1-1 is going to be Bryce Young, and you can get Bijan at the 1-2, this is a no-brainer. I'd trade a 24-1 for Stephon Diggs any day of the week.
Yeah, but you don't know if you're getting Bijan is the thing.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I'm sure he has some intel on the league.
That's true.
I mean, I would know generally who's going to be taken in the 1-1, right?
Well, then answer it that way. If he can get Bijan, then yeah.
Just to give us some context, it's also a 10-teamer. as well. You know, that plays into it. Give me Diggs and a 10-teamer especially. All right. The mid 24. It's a 12-team, 2-quarterback. Not that it matters. It's a super flex. Olave in the 105 or AJ Brown in the 109.
That's a good one.
That's a meatball right there.
I think I'm going AJ Brown.
Man, he beat me to it. I was hoping for some heated controversy on this one.
I wouldn't have.
Actually,
I
you
wouldn't
can't really
have,
have heated controversy. Olave's gonna be a stud.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't gonna argue with you if you went Olave.
No, yeah. I'm AJ Brown though, and the 109.
Yeah,
This is a good trade though. I like that. That's a good trade.
It is. I'm on the opposite side just because in our dynasty league, I traded AJ Brown for Olave and Brees Hall. I wasn't sold on Hurts. He's proven me wrong. But yeah, give me Olave in the 105, man. I like the 105 this year. I think that's the break point on picks, especially in Superflex.
If you want to be kind of devil's advocate here, and me personally, I'm not worried about it, but Olave did go into the concussion protocol last year, and concussions, when it comes to concussions, when it rains, it pours. I think he'll be fine. That's just kind of a devil's advocate point of view.
Sure. No, I get it. I get it. And New Orleans has quarterback issues, right? They've got team issues going on. So I get it. I just think he's a special talent, man. And I like the 105 this year in particular, especially the super flex. That's my break point.
New Orleans got a lot, though. New Orleans could come up quick. They got a lot for Sean Payton.
It's true. That is true.
We'll see what they do with it.
Fantasy football expert, 12-team PPR. He's trading away Juju. He's getting Alec Pierce. Slam dunk for me, I think. I'll take Alec Pierce.
Not me. I'm sticking with Juju.
Why?
What's the plan for Juju though?
That's the problem. I don't know.
I just don't know who's throwing the ball to Alec Pierce. Like if you told me now that he's getting Aaron Rodgers, Alec Pierce all day. But if they're if they're for some reason going to be like a best available type draft, and next thing you know, they thought they could get a decent quarterback in free agency. They swung and missed, and now they're trotting out Sam Ellinger there week 1. Then Alec Pierce is not going to be worth the lint in your belly button.
Yeah,
but he's
do
a
you
baby.
know who's throwing the ball to Juju?
Touche.
I just don't see Kansas City paying him big money. I just don't see it. Do you? Do you see them paying him?
Is he wanting big money though?
Well, he bet on himself. He took a $3 million deal this year to bet on himself. He had a decent season.
I don't know if he stays in Kansas City though. Regardless,
I agree.
Mahomes' contract is going to start getting these bigger and bigger cap hits, and he's definitely expendable on that team. I mean, we just did our review of our consensus quarterback rankings, and Patrick Mahomes just had a career high for passing yardage, and I wouldn't attribute any of that success necessarily to Juju. He did have a good year, but yeah, he's totally expendable, I think. So yeah, that one is flip a coin on, honestly. I don't mind Alec Pierce because of the youth, but I mean Juju's younger, or he's young as well, rather, not younger, but Alec Pierce had flashes at least. So I mean he's got a future.
I want to know your all's opinion on this. It's in an argument. I want to know how you all feel about it. They're eventually going to have to get Pat Mahomes a guy that they're going to re-sign to sustain his success. He needs a guy, right? He needs a Jamar Chase. He needs a Justin Jefferson. You think he's a guy proof?
No, he has a guy. It's Kelsey right now. I think when Kelsey leaves,
fair.
They need a guy. Goni, you're shaking your head. No, I think when Kelsey leaves, you see a dip in Mahomes' production. Personally, I don't know how you can't.
I mean, if you're talking about, like, I hate that because it's so. Yeah, I mean, okay, he's not going to throw for 5,200 yards, when he loses Kelsey. That's fine, man. But the guy is going to be like a surefire lock for 4,500, and like 35 touchdowns, I think.
You think so?
Like I think he's a guy proof.
That's
as Wayne was just asking.
That's because that's a offense centered around him. I'm talking about, like, can the Chiefs be consistent, essentially Super Bowl attendees, AFC Championship, in the AFC Championship every year without a guy?
No. I think when Kelsey retires, they have to have one.
I think they just build through the draft and then bring in a free agent, honestly, at least for the wide receiver position.
That's fair. I disagree, but I respect your opinion.
Nick Sat 1, 12-team, half-point PPR. That's important, I think. He's giving up Jacoby Myers in a 24-1 to get the 106 and a fourth.
It's Myers and what?
And a 24 first for the 106, basically. I'm doing it.
Yeah. I like Jacoby Myers too.
I'm doing it. It's a super flex. So, the 106 is going to get you some talent.
Yeah, and being a Patriots fan as well, Jacoby Myers is definitely a PPR machine, but when you are playing half-point PPR, he don't break 100 yards very often. He definitely doesn't score very often. I think this year was his career high for touchdowns, which surprisingly was more than one. Yeah. I mean, you're basically just mortgaging next year's first for this year's.
Plus, Bill Belichick doesn't like to see his players be successful consistently, aside from Tom Brady, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he just doesn't want to pay him or tries to just humble his teammate, his players, but
plus, Jacoby Myers is probably going to be in the doghouse. He's still in the doghouse, I'm sure, from the blunder against the Raiders. I don't know if you guys remember that. One of the worst ending, worse than the butt fumble. Like it sucks as a Patriots fan because the butt fumble came against us and we got to glorify it and make fun of Mark Sanchez for years and years and years to this day. But that play, that was Jacoby Myers who threw it back to Mac Jones for no reason. You step out of bounds, you go down, the game's tied. And he just throws it back. I think it was, I forgot who it was. Someone basically picked it off right in front of Mac Jones and just straight stiff-armed his face to the ground and brought it back for a touchdown. It was embarrassing. It was hilarious. But it sucks. And Jacoby Myers is probably going to be in the doghouse for the rest of his career as a Patriot.
Goni, that only happened because the Raiders covered the spread on that play, my friend.
Rigged. I mean, they won the game on that play.
They covered the spread. It was too boneheaded. They were favorites. It was too boneheaded. It's too boneheaded of a play.
Exactly. It's too boneheaded of a play to be rigged. Here's how we're going to end the game. You're just going to randomly chuck the ball backwards at Mac Jones, who's covered.
Yes. Because Ramondre Stevenson also tried to lateral before Jacoby Myers did. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He didn't try. He did lateral it to Jacoby Myers.
It's terrible. It was egregious. T. Kirk 32. I digress. 12-team PPR Superflex. Wayne, Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams is what he's giving up. He's getting CeeDee Lamb and Darius Slayton. Are you trading the age to get CeeDee Lamb?
He needs a little bit more than Darius Slayton.
What's he need?
DJ Moore.
On top of Slayton and Lamb?
DJ Moore or Terry McLaurin might be pushing it.
What about Christian Watson?
No, I don't know what's going on with the quarterback position. Chris Olave's too much.
What about a Chris Godwin?
Well, you're not getting younger there, and you don't know who's going to be throwing it to him either.
27.
Maybe a CeeDee Lamb and like a Deontay Johnson, maybe, or George Pickens. I don't know. Darius Slayton is that's a little too low.
CeeDee Lamb's not that dude to, at least in my opinion, to be trading those two guys for. Honestly, I'd throw those two guys in like a pick if you can stomach it and go get Jetta or Jamar Chase. I don't know if it gets it done. It's possible, but
It depends
CeeDee
who has
Lamb,
it,
I
man.
just don't feel. I don't feel good about. Yeah, I don't feel good.
If you got somebody that's competing right now, and their running backs are Dalvin Cook and Austin Eckler, and they know that there's a rebuild right around the corner, but your team's still going to be Studley this year. Then that's the guy you find. You find a guy that's got two guys that he's going to probably end up holding the bag on when their career hits the ground. But they still have the talent to win a championship. That's who you trade them to, and you should be able to get all the picks in the world.
Yeah, we're all in agreement on this one. Curious, as Chase owners, do you guys take Diggs, Adams, and a 110 for Chase?
Not in this league because we're a rebuild's right around the corner for us.
We also have Chase, we have Jalen Waddle, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown, we have Tyler Lockett. We have,
all right, going. Okay, all right.
I'm saying we have depth.
Please,
we have immense young depth.
Gabe Davis too. He wants to say it, but
Davis,
it's not even a bragging
Gabe
right
Davis,
at this point.
All right.
Man, you got held hostage by Gabe Davis all year long. You felt like you had to play him, and El Scab
I wish you could have been in that group chat every week when we were setting our lineup.
He just held Goni hostage all year long.
This is going to be the game. Guess what? I was extra right one of those games where he had the three catches for like almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, victory laps.
Press the cot. Now, boys, this is another one. I feel very strongly about this one.
Okay.
He's getting Elijah Moore in a 301 for the 111.
Nah.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard no for me, dog.
Yeah, no, I got
Elijah Moore's dog water.
I'd keep that 111, man, regardless. We've seen that Elijah Moore, the Jets are more than willing to let that man be completely ghosted from the offense. He's getting the Denzel Mims treatment. It can happen again. It happened last year. It can happen again.
Wayne, any thoughts?
No, I agree with y'all.
Yeah, he's got 111 talent, but he does not on the field, man. All right. Financial year. It's a 16-team league. Ooh, this is good. I love this. 16-team league. It's downsizing to 12. It's a PPR tight end premium. Remember that. Tight end premium, 16, downsizing to 12. All teams are keeping 3 players and redrafting the leftovers. Pick 3 of these 4 to keep on his roster. It's a fire question. Eckler, Etienne, Devontae Adams, or TJ Hawkinson? Remember,
3 of those 4?
Yeah, remember, tight end premium, so I feel like you got to throw Hawk in there. I feel like he has to be. So really 2 of the 3, right? Eckler, Etienne, and Devonta. And it's Devonta with an E, so that's Adams.
Devontae.
Yeah, you can just pronounce them correctly, and you wouldn't have to say that. It's Devontae or Devonta. If
it was an I at the end, I believe it would be Devontae.
All right.
Devontae Adams.
If
it was an O, Devonto Adams.
Lord have mercy.
Eckler, everyone except
Devontae Adams.
Everyone except I choose to say Devontae with an E. Adams, please.
I think your surefire keeps are Etienne and Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Eckler, you're going to have one more year with, but the offense is just going to be different. It's just going to be different. It's going to be a different system. I just don't know. For some reason, and we had talked about this, Goni and I, recently just off air about how Josh Kelly was just getting random loads of work. So I just don't know. It's definitely I'm dropping either Eckler or Devontae, And to me, that depends on the rest of your lineup. If you have more,
No, they're redrafting, bro.
You're
This
right.
is
You're
the
redrafting.
lineup.
I'm probably dropping Devontae.
I disagree with y'all. I'm keeping Devontae and dropping Eckler, just as a witness to Kellen Moore's offense. This year, it got Pollard involved, but prior years, Zeke wasn't really involved in the passing game. I think Eckler I think he gets more carries and less passing work than we have seen in the last few years. So give me Adams. I just think he's still got some juice.
Fair enough.
It's a good question, though, man. That was a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
JRA 8779. A lot of pieces here. I'm going to go slow. Trading away Tyreek, Derrick Henry, the 112. Getting CeeDee Lamb, Jameson Williams in the 210. Tyreek, Derrick Henry in the 112 to get CD, Jameson Williams in a late second.
Man, I don't think that's enough.
I think I do it.
I think he can get more, don't you, Wayne, for Tyreek in the 112 alone?
I think he can. I don't think that's enough. Personally, I wouldn't trade. If that was my team, I couldn't send Tyreek Hill and Derrick Henry and a first for an unproven wide receiver and Jameson Williams, which I like him. I like him. He's got talent, but he's unproven. CeeDee Lamb and a second. It just feels completely under, like, I don't know.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I feel like if you've got Derrick Henry in the middle of this season, you're going to get caught holding the bag on him.
It's true.
I'd try and move him for like a late first if I could, though, or something.
Can you? Can you without packaging him?
Maybe. Depends on need, really. I'm just saying. I don't know. Every league's different. I just don't feel like if I had Tyreek, I personally traded Tyreek in our Basketball Ball league that we have. For those of you that don't know, it's a combination of baseball, basketball, and football. It's 3 separate leagues, but we did the draft all into one. We do a rookie draft that encompasses all 3 leagues every year, so the draft picks are worth a little more even. And I traded Tyreek Hill because he's getting a little older. I traded him and Isaiah Pacheco for DeAndre Swift, Drake London, a first-round pick, which is currently like the 105 in a 10-man league.
Fire trade.
And I think like a second round as well. So it's just, I don't know, like for Tyreek to go, I think Tyreek still got juice for sure.
Yeah.
He's worthy of a first-round pick at least. Someone's going to pay a first-round pick straight up at least for Tyreek Hill. He's probably worth more, to be honest with you.
But if he's getting CD back, Tyreek was what, the WR2? 1? 2?
I can vet it. He wasn't 1. Jetta was 1.
2? And CD's the WR4. So we can 5.
5.
So I mean,
yeah, you're right. He was the wide receiver too.
But okay, so let's say it's a bit of a wash. You're getting younger with CD.
That's why I call it close to a wash on that one, is because you're dropping a few spots overall, going from 2 to 5, but you're also dropping what, 3-4 years?
Yeah. Tyreek's old. He's sneaky old. He's 29.
And CD's 24.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a wash for me.
He'll be 29 next year.
Next year, okay, 28.
He'll be 29 next year.
But Derrick Henry in the 112 for JMO, Wayne, are you doing that? I'm not.
And I would do, if I'm trading away Derrick Henry, I would trade Derrick Henry for Jameson in the 112.
No, Derrick Henry and the 112 for Jameson Williams.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's an overpay, man.
No, okay, yeah.
It feels like
that's a good breakdown. Okay, that's fair. Because he's throwing in another pick, isn't he?
Yeah. Get some more juice, bro. Get some more juice. Tyreek Hill's worth a little bit more. Derrick Henry, I mean, yeah.
But I agree, off Derrick Henry in this offseason. You don't want to have him.
I agree with that.
You don't want to be caught holding the bag with him.
I agree with that. Levy J 412. This is another one. It's goes along with some podcast topics. Lamar in the 212 for Tua in the 105. Super flex. Lamar in the 212 for Tua in the 105. I know where I stand.
I'm on the Tua side.
I'm on the Lamar side.
Yeah, no. I'm on the Tua side. They both have injury risks. Give me the 105 on top, man.
Give me a league winner in Lamar Jackson. He is a super flex league winner. He is going outside of Mahomes and Allen. Maybe Jalen Hurts. He is a league winner. If he plays well, he's a league winner.
Yeah, if everyone plays well, they can be a league winner, man.
No.
Kirk Cousins was the QB6 this year.
Yeah, but and he played well, and he's not a league winner. Lamar's well is a league winning. There's very few players you can say that about.
It's not, though.
Justin Fields had like 5 streaks of playing well.
Justin Fields was league winning this year. For where you got him?
Well, in the value, maybe for the value perspective, but his scoring alone didn't win you leagues. Lamar has proven in his career he puts up enough fantasy points to win you leagues consistently.
I mean, you're making him sound like he's a perennial top 3 guy. He's not.
Look up his finishes for me.
Yeah. Just going backwards over his 5-year career, 14, 15,
injuries,
10 when he missed only 1 game.
Okay.
His number 1 overall rookie season, which will never be duplicated. Wow. And his rookie year is 29. That's just
so he's had 2 healthy years, and he had a 1 overall and a 10, and he's been injured the last 2. I'm gonna take a chance on Lamar. He's gonna be out of Baltimore. He's gonna have weapons.
See, the thing for me, dude, he's got talent, but to me, he's not a league-winning guy like that because he doesn't do enough with the arm. The same gripe you have with Justin Fields.
He's a much better thrower than Justin Fields. The stats prove it, and he's not going to be. The stats say that. You have to agree with me because that's the fact. And he's going to be.
We're looking at a 2-year sample size out of Justin Fields. Right? So we have a 5-year sample size out of Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
And, I mean, the man's broke 3,000 yards passing once, barely, and it was in his MVP season. And really his touchdowns is what buoyed him that year with 36, and also setting the NFL rushing record for a quarterback at 1,200 yards is always going to help. Like, he's got that, but the passing, dude, is not there. Justin Fields can hit 2,200 yards like he did this year.
Okay, but you're saying the passing's not there for Lamar. It's not there for Fields either, but you're buying on the hype. We've had plenty of 2-year sample sizes from quarterbacks to know they're going to be great. Justin Herbert, you knew was going to be great in 2 years. Mahomes, Jalen Hurts.
So why not Justin Fields? Justin Fields?
Can I pose this question to you differently? Can I pose this question to you differently?
Yeah.
It's a super flex.
Yeah.
Starting 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Tua and worst case scenario Tanner McKee?
Okay.
You can probably get Hooker there. I know you're a Kentucky fan, so you'll hate on it, but his comp is Josh Allen, Will Levis.
Ooh.
Probably Anthony Richardson would be fine. Or would you rather have Lamar and
I'm taking Lamar, man.
Jaron Hall?
He's got more upside than any of those guys. To me, Tua has shown a clear history of not being on the field. Lamar's approaching that territory, but I agree with what Goni said to start the year about the Baltimore Ravens. I think Lamar just chose not to come back this year. I think he's out of Baltimore. So with that caveat, I'm still going to ride with Lamar. He's a baby. He's 25 years old. He's an NFL MVP. To me, he's a top 5 quarterback when he plays 16 games, 17.
He can be. I mean, he's got the athletic talent, but we're talking about injury versus injury. That's what it really comes down to for me. Both of these guys are injury prone.
But it's like Wayne said, it's concussion-based injuries for Tua. Those are a little stingier to get away from, a little harder to get away from right now.
That's fine. Lamar's passing is not going to improve. He doesn't have any weapons.
He's not going to be in Baltimore, which is a big reason why I take Lamar in this trade.
He's going to be in Baltimore this year, man.
He's not. When they fired Greg Roman, that's the writing on the wall.
Would you like to put a doink on it?
I'm not going to. No, but I don't think he's going to be in Baltimore. I'll plant my flag on that, but I'm not going to doink it.
You did it for Justin Fields. We have a doink on record that Justin Fields will not be in Chicago, but you don't want to do it for Lamar Jackson,
Did we
the guy
really
that
have
I always
didn't
compare.
think we doinked on that.
We certainly did.
I think you and Wayne did. I don't think I took a doink on that. Maybe consult the ledger. Anyway, Wayne, who are you taking? I kind of commandeered that question. Who are you taking, buddy?
I'm taking Tua in the 105.
Okay.
January 13th at Culver's. Will Justin Fields get traded, yes or no? And then we also made a secondary follow-up trade. Assuming Fields doesn't get traded, who will have a better record in 2023?
That's what it was.
The Bears or the Cardinals?
Oh, okay. Because that was
here's my thing. I just looked at the game log. Lamar Jackson had 2 games as a top 5 quarterback and 5 games outside of top 12. Tua had 4 games as a top 5 quarterback and 6 games outside the top 12. That's very close. That's very close. So if you're talking, the 105 compared to the 212 is not close at all.
So to respond to that though, the fact that it was close, one player has no weapons and one player has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, that says a lot about Lamar's talent.
Yeah, but he's also still going to have those weapons next year. Why are we ignoring weapons? That's good, right? Tua? That's a positive.
It's a big positive. I just don't know how Tua stays on the field, man. I mean, there's talk of him retiring from the game. I mean, that's how serious it is.
There was talk of Peyton Manning. There was talk of Peyton Manning, though. One last thing. Yeah, retiring also when he had to get spinal fusion surgery. And my man's played.
Man, he played 2 years, and that last one was rough.
Hey, all I'm saying is talk, bro.
Ducksworth. Just throwing Ducksworths out there.
He won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl champion Ducksworth.
Downfield, man. Yeah, hey. I think this one's just a philosophy, man. We're going to agree to disagree. We'll let it play out and see who's right or wrong for sure. Okay, just a few more. We'll wrap this up. Here for the food 4, 12 team, PPR. Get Breece Hall, give Rachaad White, Jacoby Myers, and the 109.
I think so.
Get Breece Hall and give those turds away? Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer, buddy.
I was actually thinking this to myself the other day. Who is the RB1, or actually who is the 101 in a dynasty startup 12-teamer next year?
Josh Allen. Oh, in a non-super flex?
Yeah.
It's probably Jetta or Chase.
Not for me. I'm a running back.
Who's the first running back then? That's really more so what I was thinking of. Jetta or Chase is actually a really good one, but who's the first running back? Like in your guys' opinion, there's not a right or wrong answer. There's obviously Jonathan Taylor was last year because he had the monster year, but there's no way you're putting him back at your 101. I don't think anyone is this year.
I'm probably taking the Bijan gamble, but my 2 is Breece.
Yeah, I'm not going Bijan 1, but
I think I'm Breece at 1.
It's probably Breece. He showed enough, man.
Agreed. He played amazing, but at the end of the day, it's the Jets. So I'll take Bijan somewhere else. I think Brees is my number 2 for sure because he was great last year. The Jets are actually showing that they can be better. So it's close. It's definitely close for me.
Either way, though, like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. Like, I'm not here to argue with you on that. Yeah. But just for the fact that you said, you'd consider him probably at the number 2, that just rolls right into the question that was just asked by, Beggs right here. You're giving up Rachaad White. The offense isn't going to be great next year. We all know that. And Jacoby Myers, same thing, man. He's nothing special. He's a good fill-in every few games. He'll put out a couple. And the 109 for arguably the best dynasty running back in the league. He's 21. He's going to be 22 next year. He's got juice. Everyone tears ACLs nowadays. The majority of them come back and they're just fine. So, this isn't 2001 anymore where, this guy's done. It's over. His career's over with. It's going to take a full year. He's going to miss games. So, yeah, honestly, that's just where I stand with it.
All right. These next two, we're going to go rapid fire. Going. This one's you. Bad takes. Do you give the 112 for Jerry Jeudy?
Yes.
Wayne, just Wook at 710. Do you trade away the 103 and the 104 for Justin Herbert in a 2-quarterback league, not a super flex?
No.
Okay. J Bloom 3, 32-team league. Derek Carr, Jared Goff, and Amari Cooper for Jalen Hurts.
1 quarterback or 2?
Doesn't say, but I assume.
It has to be 1 quarterback. It's a 32-team league.
You're snapping it.
Yes, absolutely.
You're snapping it. Schmo time. 12-team PPR. Christian Kirk, A.J. Dillon, Dalton Schultz, 205. That's Christian Kirk, A.J. Dillon, Dalton Schultz, 205. To get Terry McLaurin and George Pickens.
No.
Also agree. I'm holding. Tony?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were doing just snap calls. I was getting ready for my question. Yeah, no, I'm with Wayne. Wayne.
All right. Bad takes is back again. This is a snap call. Just both of you guys answer here. 12-team PPR Superflex. Damian Pierce, 4, Mike Williams, and the 206.
No.
Wayne.
I'm keeping Damian Pierce.
Okay. Just Wookett, 710. Both y'all answer here. The 101 and Jordan Love for Justin Herbert in a 2-quarterback.
Yes.
No.
Ooh. I think I'm doing that, Wayne. I think I'm doing that one. In a 2-quarterback league where you have to play 2.
Wait, what was the other one? What's the other thing he's getting?
Jordan Love. Trading away Jordan Love in the 101 for Herbert.
Oh,
in a 2-quarterback league?
You gotta, bro.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, because Jordan Love's not going to... He sucks.
I know 101s don't come around very often, but I mean, neither do Justin Herbert's.
Justin Herbert's still the number 3 in a Superflex startup, right?
He's definitely top 5.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts definitely jumped him this year.
Yeah, Hurts and Burrow. He's probably 5.
And Burrow. Yeah, you're exactly right. 5, though? Oh, man. Or are we banking on C.J. Stroud being that dude?
I'm not. I'd rather have Bryce Young.
Give me the guy I know rather than the guy I don't know. How many Ohio State quarterbacks can you name that have been successful in the NFL?
I mean, I get it.
Bro, just stop being tantalized by the 101. Get out of here. Get over it. Like
I'm tantalized.
I know. That's why. And I know that's the whole reason why. Dude, if he said 102 through 101 million, you'd be like, "Oh, send it."
Facts.
It's the 101.
Facts.
I mean, if you're basically sending a straight up pick and a guy who hasn't played football for 4 years for Justin Herbert.
All right, man. You win.
Sorry, bro. Just trying to talk you.
We got 2 more left. This one can be a quick hitter. Hot Blackberry 6923. Jahan Dotson and Alec Pierce for the 107.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that one. I love me some Jahan Dotson. He's undervalued right now. He's a guy you can have for cheap, for sure. Okay, T-Easy. Last question. 24-1 and Jerry Jeudy for a 24-second and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No.
Nope.
You're keeping Jeudy?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm keeping Jeudy.
Give me Amon-Ra on that one, boys. That's a no-brainer for me. He's proven enough to me. What else do y'all need to see? He's a top 10 guy.
Calling for a more breakout-ish year for Jerry Jeudy next year. I'm much more optimistic about him next year.
Is he this year's Gabe Davis?
No.
No, because I agree with Goni on this one.
Okay, so you guys are just planting your flag, and I'm taking the proven production here?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. I can respect that. All right. That'll do it for this show, man. Well done, man, as always.
Beggs, can I offer you one more doink before we part ways?
Certainly.
Jerry Jeudy versus Amon-Ra minus, and give me like a 30-point handicap.
30 points going? Come on, bro.
What will you give me? What will you give me then?
Why do you need a handicap?
I mean, if you don't ask, you don't know, right?
I mean, why don't we do it straight up? Because Jameson Williams is going to be there full time now, so I'm going to lose catches.
I mean, Cortland Sutton's there full time as well, but that's cool too. Can I get a handicap or no?
What's their ADP? Do you know? Do they have it out
No,
yet?
bro. It's February.
Somebody's got an ADP list out there, Goni.
On all 5 leagues that have drafted so far for the 2023 season.
I mean, I think I'd give you I just don't feel like I need to give you a handicap. I think Judy's ceiling is just as
What
high.
will you give me, man? We're wrapping up the show.
Let's go. Certainly no more than 10.
All right, so 10 is the handicap?
I didn't say that. I said no more than 10. I'd prefer 7. Let's go 7.
All right, we'll do 7 points. Can we lock it in verbally right now?
It's locked in.
All right, I would have done it for 0, but like I said,
You
if you don't
literally
ask, you
let
don't
him
know.
bully you into a handicap.
That works. Thank you and good day.
Did he
Handicaps for
bully?
MVP.
Listen, if 7 points makes or break this doink, first of all, I'll be sick and I'll probably quit doinking forever.
It made her if there was a 7-point handicap involved in Goni and I's doinks, it would have gone a different way on 2 of them.
Well, I don't think it's
And that would have made us tie in the overall doink rankings.
Well, thanks for making me feel better about it, Wayne.
Well, you let him bully you into a handicap, dude.
I didn't let him bully me.
You got a black eye, man. You got a black eye and a bloody nose.
It's not true at all. I feel good about the doink. I didn't need the 7.
God,
Goni's gonna need it a lot more than I do.
We're gonna have to clip the end of this podcast and put it on World Star.
That was pretty funny.
Let's go.
All right, Mad Mom.